I'm Anarchy, bringing the guys to chaos. Goblin is now feeling the pain I felt as a 13-year-old boy wanting to see what Superman's all about. And buying renting the entire Superman trilogy, only to get to Superman 3. That little gem in the trilogy. Or what was a trilogy at one point.
We're doing Superman 3, kill me. Here's the plot. They made up a billionaire.
Coffee guy.
And they do a coffee conspiracy.
And then they get into computers.
And then they get into computers, and Superman has
Terminator.
Superman has to fight himself, and then he fights them, and then the movie ends. That's all I have.
Directed by Richard Lester.
Fuck yourself.
Writer. Let me get the writers here. Let's get those writers. Let's see. I think they got completely new writers, by the way. They got David Newman to do the screenplay.
Fuck you.
Leslie Newman to do the screenplay. So they got rid of the one guy that you liked from the last one.
Fuck. Yeah, well, that's probably why.
Yeah, so that's why. So they wrote it. So they helped write the last one, but they weren't like the main writers. So that's probably why. Same director. They got rid of their other director too, so he might have been an important reason why too. Of course, they brought Christopher Reeves back. We'll get into casting. We'll go more into the story because not that you didn't present it beautifully.
There's no story. It's all ass.
So we have Christopher Reeves returning as Superman and Clark Kent once again. Amazing.
He was fine. I don't care.
Richard Pryor is Gus Gorman.
Kill yourself.
He plays the hacker. I think his character would be interesting as a Superman villain if it was done correctly. It is not done correctly or even close to correct.
I want to die.
I think it could be a cool concept against Superman, but they don't really go into it. We have Jackie Cooper returning as Perry White, Mark McClure as Jimmy Olsen, Anita O'Toole as Lana Lang,
Yeah, she's good.
Anna Ross as Vera, Pamela Stetson as Laurel, the blonde dumb person, and Robert Vaughn as Robert Webster, or Ross Webster, the main villain, the guy. And we have Margaret Kidder as Lois Lane, who returns again. And then Kevin O'Hartley as Brad.
Great, awesome. They're all suck.
My
all suck.
My problem is this movie is just a giant mess, and they were trying to go for a comedy, but it just doesn't fit with the other two Supermans. They didn't even, fun trivia fact, they didn't mention anything for the last two movies. They didn't have the Fortress of Solitude. They didn't have any mention of Krypton or anything like that. Like really, like.
You mean Krypton?
Yeah, Krypton. Sorry, they didn't have any Jor-El or anything. None of the. What happened to the Fortress? They just.
I don't know. They just couldn't
like,
afford it. I don't know.
It's just kind of a mess, and they tried to do a comedy, which isn't the worst thing to do, but it fails epically here.
Well, because it's like slapstick fucking comedy, like you fall over.
Yeah.
And Richard Pryor doesn't do the best comedy in his career. I'd say that much.
Yeah,
I've seen his stand-up. It's actually good. This was garbage.
I will say this though, he's not the problem with this movie.
No, the problem with this movie is the story and the writing.
Yeah, the story and the writing is really bad. It's just it went really downhill. 2 is already kind of questionable, but then you get 3.
Well, because like they start with this shit with the coffee beans, which I don't whatever. Like they're getting this guy to hack, right? They're getting Richard Pryor to hack the things of coffee, right? So hack a satellite that manipulates the weather. I don't fucking know.
And then Superman stops them, so they decide to kill Superman with kryptonite with tar in it.
Yeah, and
which
then
affects Superman.
And then that kryptonite makes Superman evil, and then he splits into 2 personalities. They fight, and then he goes to stop Richard Pryor and the guy, and they make a giant computer, and that giant computer becomes sentient and wants more power. Then the computer sucks up the villain's fucking sister, turns cyborg lady. Superman beats shit out of her, leaves all the villains in a cave, and then goes.
I feel like they're just trying to do way too much with it, and it just doesn't work.
Either do evil AI. I would have honestly been better if they just did evil AI.
Would have been with the hacker dude. Yeah, that would have been a cool. That would have been an interesting.
No, they got it.
Because I like the idea of a hacker dude because Superman's not really like he's not Batman with like intelligence, like on the computer and shit.
Yeah.
Superman's more of he's muscly dude that the last 2 movies he's just dealt with stuff with his like fist. It would have been cool to see him like have to try and work stuff out and figure out stuff. I don't know, a new angle on him would have been cool.
Sombra versus Superman.
Yeah, pretty much Sombra versus Superman, but not as intense, but still. And I think that would have been cool and a cool element to it. But they don't really go in with that. They start with this stupid coffee bean storyline, and then they add the split personality thing out of nowhere with the kryptonite with tar. It's just kind of a mess of a movie. And then there's a ski hill and a building in Metropolis with a Statue of Liberty, by the way.
Yeah, fucking wow. Anyways, that's fucking. I don't have much to say. This movie's ass. Don't watch it. Just don't watch it.
What would you say it's the worst out of the 3?
Yes, so
Okay.
far. 4th one sucks though.
We have to still watch the 4th one. We've done the first, second.
So out of these 3, the 3rd one is horrible.
The 3rd one is absolutely awful.
Alright, so let's rate it.
All right, you go. I'm getting ready to
Fucking-
rate mine. 'Cause I do mine on my IMDb too now.
Like a 3.
On IMDb, it's got 4.9 out of 10.
3.
Okay.
3 or 3.5.
I think I'm gonna go 3.3 or 3.4, something low. It's so disappointing. And when I was 13 and I was getting into, and I wanted to get into Superman because I'd been into Batman and shit, So I thought I'd check into Superman, maybe I'll get him. This movie destroyed Superman for me, and ever since then I've hated him up until Henry Cavill's Superman. So, thank you, Henry Cavill, for saving Superman for me. But this movie absolutely destroyed it. I didn't mind the second one because I liked Zod and shit, and Superman was okay.
Yeah.
But, the first one was and the second one was okay, and then the third one was shit. And then don't even get started on the 4th. After the 4th, I was no more. So stay tuned for the 4th one. We'll bring it.
It's just called the 4th one.
It's the one we do not name. Okay. We'll be bringing it to you
Quest
as
for
soon as
Peace.
possible, along with Superman Returns. I'm Anarchy, bringing the chaos,
I'm Goblin Green, and this is another video Traz is not here for.
and another DC month review. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what your favorite Superman movie is in the comments. What's your least favorite Superman movie, and why you like and dislike those two.
Alright, well, bye.
Bye. See you. All right. Cool. Okay. Let's check Zer.